day number two, take number two, because I might have to start locking these doors. That was like 5 minutes in the the previous recording, and whoop-de-doo, since I don't edit these, interruptions. Damn, that's tough. Alright, at least I know what to recap. That's a positive, that's a positive. I might have to start a new recording. I got fucking advertisement or whatever I'm listening to. Oh yeah, what's with these this is like completely unrelated to anything, but like, what's with these advertisements sometimes? It's like, oh, take advantage of this free crypto and whatever, like, bro, like, there was an NFT ad, which I'm gonna say, I think that NFT ad was the best ad, like, in terms of like overall structure, the best ad I have listened to in a while. Like, best structure. They knew what they were doing. It's like, you have like 5 seconds where you can't skip, where you're kind of like obligated to listen in, and then if an ad is good, it'll finish its introduction in those first 5 minutes to make you like continue to watching. And it was like, if you're not partaking in this NFT craze, and you're making the biggest financial decision of your life, something like that. And it fit in the 5 seconds. So like, when he stopped talking, it was 5 seconds was up. So I found that interesting. There's some that don't do it, and obviously they're trash. I'm pretty sure that NFT one has gone a good amount of people, because it's that good. Like, the person presenting is a good presenter. Like, you get the feel that he's a good presenter. And then he talks some he talks some crazy ass numbers. He's like if you had partaken in this NFT in 2020, it would have gone up, it went up like 15,000%. And I'm like sitting here like, what the what the fuck? Okay, bro, like, okay, yeah, side tangent, but like, these advertisements getting out of control. Anyways, so to recap pretty much what I was talking about in the previous take number one, I was talking about how, like, for example, when I do journaling, there's often like a portion that I end up missing, or like I end up missing both portions, even though I like the Notion open. So for example, yesterday, which was April 24th, I skipped out on the mental health portion, but I had done the gratitude portion, which is kind of weird, because like, that means that I'd logged in, done the gratitude, and then I'd usually do the mental health second. So I went in and then closed it. Even though I had the Notion open and everything, which is kind of weird, but I mean, not surprising considering I hadn't done it in a while. So I'm not too hung up on that. I found that out just right before like starting recording, because that's usually the whole process. I like habit stack, so I do all my stuff like tung 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 tung, just like continuous. That way it's harder for me to like go and do something else, or in the case I have to do something else, then whatever. But if I don't have anything else to do, or if I could postpone something, I usually do all my stuff continuously, and then at the end I'm like free. It sounds I don't know, it sounds like limiting, like, like free or freedom. But you get what I mean. It's like, I don't have anything on my checklist anymore, like the checklist. Speaking of which, I mentioned the checklist just now. I'm actually forgetting to cross some stuff. I cross it out at the end of the night, or whenever I'm done with everything, but I need to cross it when I don't think I do. Because like, the whole point of crossing it out is that it helps, or at least that I can remember, that it helps it helps with the reward portion. So like, once you finish something, you cross it out, and that's sort of like the reward. You see the check, and you can see like the whole bunch of checks. But since I'm doing stacking, I'm pretty sure the reward ends up being like the cue for the next. It was like a weird, not weird, but I don't quite remember how like the diagram went, but I'm pretty sure like the reward ended up being like the cue for the next thing. Which is, I find that's like a good way to overall organize your stuff. But yeah, What else? Pretty sure I mentioned that I was reading deep work. Meditation is pretty interesting. I do like a breathing meditation. I stopped doing it for 15 minutes and I went to 5 minutes. 15 minutes is just an absurd amount that there's no point actually like starting. You're crazy. Maybe like, you know, later down the line you could do like 15 minutes or whatever, but like 5 minutes, just do 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Even less than that actually. If you find like 5 minutes is a bit of a pain, but I think for me the best is like 3 minutes. I think 3 minutes is like ideal, like the best ideal, where it's like it's easy to get into, while it's, you know, it's a bit challenging as well. I think challenging might be 4 minutes, because like there's a portion in the breathing where you're supposed to exhale and then just stay exhaled. Give me a second. There we go. Yeah, you're supposed to exhale and then stay exhaled, and that usually lasts like 2 minutes or something. But honestly, I find that with the 15 minutes, I stayed exhaled for longer, and I didn't have to like breathe for longer compared to like the 5 minutes. It might just be because the 5 minutes doesn't include like, oh, we're 30 seconds in, because that's what the 15 minutes did. But it's an interesting thing to note. Anyways, yeah, I'm not really sure what today's topic was really gonna be. It was mainly just a recap. I could talk about what did I talk about yesterday. I can't even fucking remember what I talked about. That's ridiculous. Okay, I mean, I can check it out. I can literally check right now. Okay, so it's obsessing over your stream. Jesus Christ, bro, that is crazy. I'm having to check my own feed just to see what I talked about yesterday. Oh my. Anyways, yeah, obsessing over your street. I guess I could briefly mention like the importance of certain music. I feel, at least in my experience, because obviously I can't speak on other people's experience, but I find like putting certain types of music for certain types of actions is like phenomenal. Like if you can like fit certain genres into like certain actions. So for example, if you do like something I'm gonna try funk, because funk feels powerful. Funk feels powerful. I'm gonna try that for like exercise sessions and stuff. So that's funk, and then classical, obviously for studying. That's like the most. That's the easiest one to associate. Jazz I'm gonna do with reading. I feel jazz is like top one genre for me. So yeah, I feel that adding music to tasks is pretty. I wouldn't say important, because you don't have to do it, but I feel like it adds to it. Because like that way, whenever you hear, it has to be like a specific playlist, specific song that you listen to. Can't just be random. Because like the more you listen to that specific while doing the action, the more you associate it to that action. The thing I briefly mentioned in the what day is it today? Monday? In Saturday's upload. I think I briefly mentioned it, not really. I'll see if I speak about it tomorrow more in depth. But basically it's like the more you associate it to that action. So like for example, if you're listening to, for example, jazz, and you listen to the same playlist like I mentioned before, and then you put the playlist before you actually start reading, it's insane. It's like it's you don't notice it in the moment, but like if you listen to that same playlist outside of that action, your brain will think you were doing the action. Like for example, I was listening to a city pop 80s J-pop, J city pop 80s. It's like that type of genre. And I was reading My Hero. And anytime I listen to that playlist or the songs that were in that playlist, I immediately think of My Hero. Because that was what I was listening to on repeat while reading through it. And it's insane how that works. It's insane. So yeah, if you try that, you try listening to something that you associate to like a certain task, something outside of that task, you usually remember that task. And I found that pretty interesting. But it's almost 10 minutes, so I gotta end there. Peace.